Hey y'all. I just wanted to start out first by telling you that I love you to death. And so I just wanted to talk about an experience that I had last night. I had contact and conversation with my holy guardian angel. Um Now from what I hear that the experience is going to be different for everyone, but for me, I was sitting at a table and there was a cat under a chair and it was like growling, like you know how cats will kind of like they'll like freak out. Well, first of all, let me just apologize because I'm suffering from a sinus infection right now, so my face is like clogged right now. But this cat was like sitting under a table and it was like, you know, growling and meowing and like kind of freaking out. It was this giant fucking cat. It was like a 50-pound cat. And these ladies had prepared this cat to basically channel my holy guardian angel for me. And so as it got closer to my face, I was like petrified, yet so excited. And honestly, like the fear, like who wouldn't be afraid of a situation like that? Knowing like how intense of a situation was fixing to go down, like you'd have to be terrified. Like this thing is fixing to like temporarily take on some otherworldly angelic being. It's going to transmit an angelic being to me. So as it got closer and closer to my face, to my ear, it established the connection between me and itself. And it was like an electronic, like light connection. And it started whispering. And oh my God, I feel the energy right now. As it was whispering in my ear, it was transmitting electronic light and wisdom. And I'm guessing that it was Enochian that it was speaking to me, but I understood all of it completely. And it was changing, it was transforming my fucking biological, it was changing me on a cellular level, spiritually, emotionally, physically. It was transforming me. And I mean, I'm still going to have to like sit with the situation and meditate on it to fully understand everything that it was telling me. I'm still digesting the situation. It was so fucking intense. It was more real than my surroundings are right now. But so yeah, I just I wake up with this profound feeling of self-love and contentment and just being at peace and being at ease, yet also feeling motivated and inspired to work really hard on something, to devote myself to something and to work hard at it and to master it. So I'm feeling like completely satisfied with my now situation, yet inspired to master a craft. And I'm still trying to digest everything that happened, but that's a distinct uh, understanding that I got, is that I have to dedicate my life to something and to work really hard at it, and it's going to be really helpful to myself and others. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. And so now I have this profound sense of peace and self-love, but also I'm feeling encouraged and inspired to master a craft. And whatever it is that I decide to pursue and dedicate my life to, it will be beneficial to myself as well as those around me. So I'm incredibly, incredibly content and peaceful and at ease with my now moment, but I'm also ineffably inspired. Yeah. Sure. So yeah, I just wanted to document a little bit more of what I've gathered since I've been able to digest the experience a little bit more. I went shopping today and went and grabbed a few things that I needed. And yeah, like I said, I'm just feeling this incredible sense of contentment and like also simultaneously, okay, being content in the now and with things as they are, but simultaneously feeling inspired and motivated. So I love the way I am. I love the way things are, but I'm also feeling a large amount of motivation and dedication to continue the things that I'm working on. And I just feel a sense of needing to dedicate my life to some type of divine science, whether it be astrology or ceremonial magic or Kundalini yoga. Whatever I decide to do, I'm feeling extremely motivated to become more dedicated and to become more devout and to just work harder on my meditation and just, yeah, the things that I'm interested in, the mystical things that I'm interested in, to become more devoted and more educated and more knowledgeable on these things. And I just feel like I have a huge responsibility to do that now. Like this is my path, and I need to dedicate myself even more and go 100% harder. But also I feel so like okay with now in the way that things are, and just so proud of myself and satisfied with myself. You know, I have issues with self esteem and like body image and, you know, depression and anxiety that I struggle with. I've struggled with on and off my whole life. And I feel like a completely new person this morning. Like it's crazy, you know? But yeah, so just wanted to speak a little bit more on it. And I hope you guys have a good day. And I love you to death. So, some of you may be wondering how to get in touch with your holy guardian angel. I can't tell you how you should get in touch with your holy guardian angel. Only you can tell yourself. You have to have constant devotion. You have to keep your surroundings clean, keep your body clean, have good habits. Um, One thing I did, I'm going to be thinking about. I'm not sure if I should speak on it because one attempt actually, I know this sounds crazy, but one attempt I actually became possessed. I actually had to get an exorcism. So I don't want to recommend it to anyone because at the time my habits were really bad. I was on drugs. And this thing that I did, I ended up having to get an exorcism. Now, after my Kundalini awakening, I can definitely see, having done it again, can definitely this thing that I'm talking about, can definitely see how I can mistake that for possession when I hadn't had any Kundalini experience, and the vibration that I was in a very low vibration. I was on drugs, and I was dwelling in a lot of fear and low vibrations. So I could easily see how something like that would feel like a possession. But yeah, so I'm just gonna have to meditate on it. I don't know if I should say it, recommend it to anyone because it's a little extreme. But hey, that's my dharma to be extreme. But one thing that I can tell you about is meditating into my black mirror. Now you have to keep it covered and put away and keep it clean, but it's just a regular old picture frame. You take the glass out and you paint the back black, and yeah, you just meditate into it, you know, with a question in mind or, you know, with an intention, like meeting your holy guardian angel. The first entity that I was able to come face to face with, now it wasn't during the meditation, it was in a dreamlike state, but it was Shiva. So that was beautiful. But yeah, when you're not using it, you need to keep it, you know, wrapped up and tucked away. So yeah, when you're meditating into it, you just stare at it until your face becomes distorted and dissolves, and you know you're not going to get the answer in the reflection, but the answer is within the experience. So later in a dreamlike state, you'll get, you know, some type of experiences. Now, yeah, I'm gonna have to think about the other thing that, but also what I did was I quit alcohol and masturbating. I had to stop masturbating. I just wanted to see what it would do for me with my vibration. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with masturbating, but for me personally, whenever I was drinking a lot, I would cure my hangover by masturbating because it would like give me a sense of relief and like make me feel better. And so, if you're feeling dirty and ashamed afterwards, or like you're doing something wrong, or if you're doing it too often, that's up to you personally to decide whether or not you want to take a break or if it's something that you're addicted to. I really can't tell you. All I can speak for is myself. But yeah, I still just can't get over this experience that I had. I'm just so shocked and amazed. And so yeah, it was this cat, this huge, giant, ugly cat. It was so ugly and it was just growling and growling and growling, and I was so scared it was going to attack me. And it happened like three different times. It would get really close to my ear. God, I was so scared to look at it, but I just knew that something was coming. So I was like facing my fear, and whenever it would get close, it would like latch on, like this far away from my face. It would latch on to me energetically, and then it would begin whispering. And when it began whispering, I mean, I just can't even tell you the divine love and the divine light that entered into my being. And it was some other language. Like I said, I think it was Enochian, which is angelic language. And I understood every bit of it, and each syllable uttered was just so fucking energetic and profound and life changing. Every single syllable, and it was just talking to me and telling me everything, explaining to me everything, fixing me, fixing everything. Like, I just, words can't even tell you. Words can't tell you. They can't explain the experience. So incredible. But it's something that I knew was coming. I knew this was coming. I've been working towards it for a long time. And also, the moon happened to be transiting Shravana. And come to find out, the thing was whispering into my ear, which Shravana is a nakshatra represented by the listening ear in Capricorn. So that was interesting. Earlier that day, as I was meditating, I was like falling into trance, and I was hearing like almost like a light language, not Enochian. It was just like unintelligible. It was like three or four different people talking, and they were just making weird, strange noises. And yeah, I knew as I was falling into trance that it was something not earthly, but that had more of like an alien vibe. But yeah, so yeah, I just feel changed forever. I just can't believe it. As I'm going throughout my day, I'm just like, what in the hell? It's awesome. So yeah, I'm feeling like I better get to it, get to work on this, mastering these sciences and learning and educating myself. And I feel like I need to buy books and like read everything that I can about everything spiritual. Before I was kind of lackadaisical about it and doing it on the side or whenever I could, and now I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is everything. So yeah, love you. One more thing that I wanted to say is that from what I've gathered on YouTube and on internet reading, hold on, can't even talk. Just leave that in there. Trying to edit right now. But from what I've gathered is that there's a lot of speculation and debate on whether or not this holy guardian angel is the higher self or if it's a being from outside of us, an outer entity. My experience is that it's definitely something that is not me. This thing was monumental, fucking energetic, giant, highly loving, highly, highly intelligent, more than I'll ever be. There ain't no way that was my higher self. Okay? Higher self has not ascended that far. If higher self was that ascended, higher self would not be dwelling here on earth. Trust. Trust and believe. If that thing had anything to do with what's inside me, it wouldn't be here. Though that stuff doesn't inhabit this planet. The only reason I was able to establish contact and have interaction and conversation with this being is because of strict regimen of meditation, devotion, sadhana. That's it. I had to work hard, sacrifice time, sacrifice a social life, and spend time day after day after day alone. And I was happy to. And it was worth it. And I'm so excited just to know that I've only just begun. I've only just begun. And it was incredible. I'm so humbled. I can't believe that I'm lucky enough to have this experience. I can't believe it. But you're the most beautiful thing God ever created. Don't you know that I love you to death? Long live the infinite creator.